What is up, everybody? Welcome to the channel. It's Chris Tag, or the average guy, whatever you want to call me. I don't care, just keep it nice. But I'm going to be doing something a little bit different today on the channel, and I'm going to be going over a few games that you might want to get this holiday season if you haven't already, and if you're looking to get that special gift for maybe a kid, a family member, whoever it might be, what that choice would be if you just had to make just one. Now again, these are my opinions, but I'm going to be going over Battlefield 1, Titanfall 2, Call of Duty Infinite Warfare, and ultimately, if you could choose just one, what I think you might want to go with. Again, don't hold me to any of this, because these are just my opinions and what I would choose if I could only choose just one. But certainly, like the video. If you like the video, subscribe to the channel for more, and drop a comment. Let me know what you're going to get this holiday season. But without further ado, let's get into it. Alright, let's get right into it with the most talked about game of the year, and that is Call of Duty Infinite Warfare. Now, it is not talked about for very good reasons. Now, in my opinion, I do like this game. I like it a lot. It's probably my most played game. When it comes to the three I'm talking about here, that's mainly because of content, because, you know, Call of Duty, everybody knows, is probably the most watched game content when it comes to a first-person shooter on console games. But hopefully that might change, who knows. Some pros in this game. There's not a lot. So now I say that's weird to hear, because they say there's not a lot of pros. But if you like Call of Duty, if you've played Call of Duty for years and years and years, you're gonna like the game. Now, a lot of people don't like the game, and I think that's mainly hype. So before the game even came out, 6, 7, 8 months beforehand, the game was already receiving millions and millions of dislikes on the trailer. That's ridiculous. People never even gave the game a chance. Now, is it the best Call of Duty ever made? No, not at all. Does it have its flaws? Yeah, tons of them. But it's still Call of Duty. I love Call of Duty. I still love the game. I get frustrated with every game. Black Ops 3, probably my most played Call of Duty by far. My most enjoyed Call of Duty by far. I rage quit. It happens. Everybody does it. Every Call of Duty is not going to be perfect. So if you like Call of Duty games, this game is, I think, going to be fantastic for you. Will it take some getting used to? Yes. The gun variants, I like that they introduced them back into the game, but there are some times where you run into a variant where you're like, wait a minute, that guy, there's no way that guy should have killed me. Oh wait, he's got the Ripper, my bad. So, you know, it doesn't happen that often, but everyone's got the equal chance to get them. Granted, it is pay to play in a lot of cases, where you can drop $100, get, I don't know, 25,000 COD points, whatever it is, and pay to get your epic variants and salvage. Or you can just earn them the old-fashioned way. It takes forever to earn salvage in this game, but you can still do it. That's what I recommend doing, because you don't get epic variants that often in supply drops. So certainly just play it out and try to customize your own and make them. Do the mission challenges within the game, because you can also get epic variants that way as well. Now, the maps, I think Call of Duty really struck out. They're not that great. Actually, my favorite map is the one you see in the background here, Throwback. I hate the way the map is designed, but I think it's a really cool looking map. It's really fun. I like the colors. It's vibrant, a lot different than any other map that's in the game. But a lot of other maps have some good benefits too, like debris flying around in space. There's only one map that I absolutely despise more than any, and that is Crusher, because it's big and ridiculous. It is the worst map ever designed for a Call of Duty, in my opinion. But again, there's a lot of cons to this game. I think there's a lot of cons, a lot of negatives, but the biggest pro for Call of Duty Infinite Warfare is that it starts off with those 3 words, Call of Duty, okay? People are going to like a Call of Duty game. They're going to hate a Call of Duty game. It doesn't matter. It all depends on the day. I say give it a chance. Chances are you're going to play it, because a lot of people still are. Not as many as Call of Duty would have liked, but I think it's a good game. I'd probably rate it out of this rating a 3.5 out of 5 stars if I was giving it a rating system. Is it my favorite game out of the 3? I don't know. You'll have to wait and find out. But again, just my opinions. Okay, let's go ahead and bring it all the way back to the early 1900s to Battlefield 1, which takes place in World War I. Now, this is probably my least played game out of the few, and that's mainly because I'm not a huge fan of big, involved, intricate systems where you got 64 players playing, whatever the case may be, because, you know, like a lot of people, you like to know in present time that you are going to be the highest contributor. When there's so many people, it's really tough to go above and beyond. You know, when you have those great games, let's say in Call of Duty, when you get 45 kills, 10 deaths, and you're by far the best player in the game, it makes you feel good about yourself. Battlefield 1, it's a little bit harder to do that. Granted, there is team deathmatch, but a lot of the game modes you can't really see your score until the end. You don't know how well you're contributing. Are you the best player on the team? So for me, that's one of the negatives in this game. There's not a lot of negatives. It's a really fun game to play. Now, if you just look, in the gameplay in the background, one thing that EA did really good in this game, and that is to design it to the most realistic standards that you could possibly have for a World War I game. The graphics in this game are phenomenal. The scenery is great. I could just roam around these giant maps probably for hours just looking at the detail. That is one thing that Battlefield hit the home run on more than anything I think in the whole game. That is by far the maps in this game. Now, a few negatives, which are still positives, I think, for this game, is let's say the time to kill. Like a Call of Duty, time to kill is just varies all over the place. For Battlefield, it's more realistic in Battlefield 1. The guns aren't super accurate as when you're shooting somebody. Sniper rifles actually have to account for bullet loss as they travel. So if you're sniping someone across the map, you got to aim a little higher, a little to the right, because that bullet's going to drop a little bit. So you got to account for that. So I like that it's super realistic. I like that there's vehicles that they have in this game. You can fly in an airplane, you can be in tanks, you can horses. Depending on where you are in the world, you can be in different vehicles. And again, they're all going to look spectacular. The detail, I can't say it enough, is fantastic. The game, I think, is a lot slower. So I'm a fast-paced player, if you guys didn't know that already. I like games that you can run in and it's run and gun all the time. Battlefield's more strategic. You have to move around the map strategically. You can't just run in there. The guns aren't designed for that. Your speed, your movement is not designed for that. So it's a little bit slowed down of a game. But I think in a lot of opinions, again, that brings it back to more realistic, more to how it was back in World War I. And another negative as far as speed in this game, the load time is ridiculous. Now, I'm sure it has something to do with the graphics and how good they are. I don't exactly know why it is. The servers might be slow. But I wait, I want to say minutes. Minutes doesn't sound like a long time. But when you get into a game, you just want to play it. A lot of the times I find myself sitting there literally just waiting for the game to load. And then I get into a game and I get booted out. For whatever reason, that just happens more often in this game than it does in certainly Titanfall 2, or I don't want to say Infinite Warfare because there's a lot of issues with that game as far as servers and matchmaking, but this game I think is more refined, and it certainly struck a little bit more home with loading times on it than it has. So that's one place of improvement I would like to see in Battlefront. Again, the biggest draws to this game is just how the game feels. If you're into this sort of game, the slower movement, the wide variety of plays you can do, or play game types you can do. If you like the big maps, this is certainly going to be a game for you. Like, I still like Star Wars Battlefront, mainly because it's Star Wars. I don't have the same feel as that because it's not Star Wars, it's a slower game. But I can still play this game for hours just because it looks fantastic. It's a very well-designed game. The gameplay is very realistic. The movement, I think, is very good. There's a lot of minor glitches that happen during the game, but those are small things. Overall, I think this is a great game. If this is the type of game that you think you're going to be into, or somebody might be into, as far as slowed down, you're not a rush player, this is going to be, I would probably give this a 4 out of 5 stars, maybe even more, 4.25 stars out of 5. It's a very well done game, very well thought out, and even though it takes a long time to load, you learn some history in the loading channel, as I'll show up here in the back. When a game is loading, it gives you little tidbits about that time period, so you're learning at the same time. I like that they did that. It was a nice little touch that they gave in there. I like that you can play as a medic, an assault player, a sniper. There's a lot of different realistic options that you could have played for that time period, and I think they did a really good job, and the game is very well made. So certainly want to give it a chance. If you're going to buy one, again, I give it maybe 4.25 stars out of 5. But that's just for me. I think it's probably overall a very good game for the majority of people. But let's go ahead and make it into my last game, Titanfall 2. On to the last game, Titanfall 2. Now, I'm just going to come out and say it. I give this on my rating system a 5 out of 5. I absolutely love this game. It is my favorite game of the year so far. By far. I mean, so far there's going to be no other ones released, really. But I absolutely love this game, and let me tell you why. So, if you didn't know, I have a special place in my heart for Titanfall. I talk about it a lot, where I never really played multiplayer games before Titanfall came out a couple years ago, and that got me into it, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. Now, Just starting out for me in multiplayer, what I really liked about Titanfall is it introduces AI, or artificial intelligence, or bots into the game, so you're not just playing player on player, you're playing player on player, yet they introduce other things like grunts, specters, reapers, stalkers, where you can accumulate points for your team by killing those AI units or bots. And so you're not always, maybe you're not the best skilled player, gun on gun against a player, you can still take out 5 grunts and earn 5 points for your team, as opposed to killing a pilot or a titan or something like that. So it gives people of all skill levels the ability to still do good and have fun, because nothing is worse than being new to a Call of Duty, getting into the game and just getting pounced, getting 1 kill, 20 deaths, you don't contribute at all, people are talking about you in the chat because you're not doing good. Titanfall kind of takes that away, where you can go and kill 50 grunts and you just scored your team 50 points. Where you can't do that in a Titanfall, or in a Call of Duty, or you can't do that in a Battlefield. So I think if you're getting a game this year for someone that's starting out with video games, or it's a first console, you're looking for that first game, I think Titanfall is going to be a good introductory game, because it's going to combine a lot of games into one. So you can, you can kill the grunts. You might not be good at playing as a pilot, but you can play as a Titan and still contribute to the game. So it gives a lot of different options for a player, especially just starting out. So that's why I give this such a high rating, is because it's a good introductory game. Now, getting back to the main game, Titanfall. So you have your Titans, where there's not really many games like that, where you can play, as a player and as a mech unit. And I think they did a very good job, building onto the original Titanfall and Titanfall 2. A lot of new additions. You have 3 more Titans, in this version than you did in Titanfall. And I can't think of a bad thing about any of the Titans. I think they did a good job. The design is great. The customization in this game compared to the first one is fantastic. It gives you all the same, basically the same guns you had from the original Titanfall, but they added some more. They gave you some more customization options like camo. They took that from, Call of Duty. So you can customize your guns and make your players unique. Your players have camos. So a lot of benefits there. Now, if you're looking for a game that's as good looking as Battlefield 1, this game does this too. This map, for example, this game in the background is played on Angel City, which was a Titanfall map from the original game. I mean, this game is, look at the detail just around the city sky, the skylines. They did a really good job. And for a big map, unlike Battlefield 1, where you can just roam around and it feels like you're just going forever and you're not finding anyone to kill, there's always something going on with Titanfall 2, and again, that's attributed to the bots, but there's always something to do. If you want to play strategic, you can certainly get it on a high point in the game, a high building or something, and look around, survey the area, or you can rush in. There's always something going on. This game has something for every type of gameplay. So it still has your basic pilots versus pilots if you want like a team deathmatch atmosphere from Call of Duty. You can go Last Titan Standing, which is like team deathmatch with just Titans. Or you can play games like Attrition, which is everything. You got Titans, you got AI, you got players, everything at one. Hardpoint, all these different game modes. They got a one-on-one Coliseum, not my favorite game mode, but it's something new. It's something unique. The game, I think, just this year for a game to get this holiday season, I can't express it enough. I think Titanfall 2 is going to be the game to get, especially for someone that's just starting out with gaming. So there's a lot. The game is spectacular. It looks great. It feels great. The movement's great. And it just, all around, like I said, 5 out of 5 I give this game. But again, just my opinions. If you like what you heard, certainly leave a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you want for more. Leave a comment. Let me know what you're going to get this holiday season. But those are just my opinions. Again, none of them are written in stone anywhere. So again, just my thoughts. But this is Chris Tagger, the average guy, whatever you want to call me. I don't care. Just keep it nice. You guys have a good rest of your day. And as always, you take care.